Let's welcome Phoebe Mauricio.
Good morning. Good morning, PBS. All right, before I start, I need to do this. Can we all just take a deep breath? Slowly let it out. You're helping me. One more time. Thank you. Last week, Dr. Erickson shared with us on how you, PBS students, you are the soul of PBS. You are the reason and center for why we are here. Dr. Erickson challenged you to unleash your energy and passion into your classes. Fire up your fellow students. Energize your teachers and impress them with your learning. Let's reflect. Close your eyes and picture yourself doing one, two, or all of Dr. Erickson's message last week, that you, students, are the soul of PBS. For the grown-ups, picture how you responded to our students' good choices. Picture yourself unleashing energy and passion in your classes. Picture yourself firing up your fellow students. Picture yourself energizing your teachers and impressing them with your learning. You may open your eyes. I hope you were able to picture yourself living up to these expectations. Thank you for your participation. Dr. Erickson, thank you for inviting me and firing me up to share passion for my teaching and learning here at PBS. At the start of the new school year, in fourth grade, we are always impressed with our students by working together and firing up other students on a gigantic chalk project for our families to see. It gets messy, but they get their work done together to accomplish a common goal. Last week, we met our new fourth graders. I plan to teach them an energizer. Little did I know, our fourth graders would be teaching us instead. I modeled the chant and movements, and they followed. They recognized it was something they've done before with Mr. Barbarino. I asked our classes to show me and teach me, so it was my turn to pay attention and follow. Some of us really know it, and some of us are still learning it, even Miss Diaz and Miss Girton, and that's okay. We'll keep practicing. You see, this is what I love about PBS. PBS takes students where they are. As a teacher, I also have to have a growth mindset. I have to be open to listening and hearing from my students. I saw how excited they were as a class, so instead, they taught me. For this talk, I read the same business article Dr. Erickson mentioned. I quickly connected with it. While it talked about a startup business, the message was clear and consistent with PBS as a community, school, and family. PBS is a school where you students are the soul and the center of why we are here. My message to you this morning partly comes from a book written by our former First Lady, Michelle Obama. Her message is, you matter, and it's important that your voice is heard. Fits right into the soul of PBS. Yes, You students matter. We hear your voice and see your choices. But I don't think it ends there. That is only half of the equation. The other half is, are you ready? You matter, so make a good choice to live up to becoming an inspiration. You matter, so make a good choice. Every day we make plenty of choices. We are so lucky to live where choice is an option. Big or small, we make them. Sometimes we really don't want to, but we do. Sometimes you might have a lot of time to think about the pros and cons. Sometimes you might have to make that decision instantly, right then and there. Like waiting for a turn on the swing, inviting a new classmate to share their ideas, or talking to a friend during a lesson. We don't always know how it may turn out or what will follow, but we still make a choice. In 1984, my parents decided for my 3 sisters and I to move from the Philippines to San Francisco. I was 10, and I was more excited to get on the plane for the very first time. And I didn't think much about how my whole life was about to change. That was a big choice for my family, and that allowed us to have better and more opportunities. "12 years ago, I made a choice to be a teacher here at PBS. I left a school district where I spent almost 10 years and a grade level I really enjoyed working with. I was a new mom at that time, and I made a choice to be closer to home so I can spend more time with my family. Why PBS? I wanted to be a part of a school who cared about each student, academically and socially. A child-centered school that cared about its students becoming good people and teaching them how to make those good choices. A school where grown-ups, teachers, administrators, parents put students front and center. My choice to be here at PBS was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Today, I'm a more effective and energized teacher, parent, friend, and human, thanks to PBS. I've been able to grow and learn from other teachers, parents, and many, many, many students. I'm so lucky that I've been able to experience firsthand how everyone's hard work and caring work here at PBS turns out for our students. Rex is now in 7th grade, and Alexandra is in her last year in 5th grade. It was great to hear choices that Rex and Alexandra were making throughout their days and time here at PBS. But like all other students, their choices weren't always good. But their teachers worked and continue to partner with me as a parent and a fellow teacher so they can be their best selves. Their teachers create safe spaces for them to make mistakes and learn from them. Learning spaces that made them feel they belonged and heard. Here's another great reason to be at PBS. I'm able to collaborate, connect with other teachers and parents on how to help you make good and better choices. We may not always agree, and sometimes it gets messy, but we listen and share what we know about you. Together, we make a plan so you can be that inspirational soul. This summer, I was fortunate to be able to travel and stay at a place where I felt I belonged and significant. We had choices of places to stay, and to be honest, this wasn't a place I was super excited to stay in. I was more excited about that former castle. I was really looking forward to that one. The pictures on the website were beautiful, and I read how a couple wanted to have their own hotel so they can share their passion. So much for my growth mindset, right? It was a beautiful hotel in a really, really small town. Our experience started before we even got there. Out of several hotels we picked, this hotel was the only one who reached out to us. They welcomed us months before and offered to make arrangements for activities during our stay. When we arrived, we were enthusiastically greeted, very much like how Coach Drake and your other grown-ups do in the morning. As we checked in, I recognized a familiar face from the website's picture. He greeted us in French, "Bonjour." We said, "Bonjour" back, and he continued to speak to us in French. We told him that we knew un peu, very little. He said not to worry, just enjoy. At lunch, I saw both owners interacting, saying hello to guests, and sometimes they even sat down with them. I thought, oh, how nice. They're friends. As we spent more time, I saw how everything was thoughtfully picked around the place. Before dinner, it was surprising to see one of the owners carrying a whole bunch of blankets for guests as it got a little chilly outside. She noticed me, and without asking, she gave me a blanket. That made me so happy because those who know, if you know me, I don't like to be cold. At dinner, I noticed both of them separately checking in at every table. Wow, I said, they have a lot of friends. When they got to our table, we felt like we were friends. We were friends as they genuinely listened and cared for how we were doing. At the end of our meal, the owners wished us good night, and they were the last ones we saw. In the morning, as we checked out, the owners were the first ones to greet us. Other guests were leaving as well, and I was again impressed to see both owners hurrying to get cars, helping their staff, and cheerfully sending their guests off on their way, just like our teachers and grown-ups do at dismissal. This experience was very short, but it really made a strong impression on me. While it was their work, the owners cared for us as in a way that they made us feel we belonged and we mattered, like we were a part of their family in their home. They made us feel so much at home, we didn't want to leave, just like PBS is a second home for us. As one of your teachers here at PBS, I hope this is how my students feel when they come to our classroom. Without you, PBS students, our days wouldn't be as fun or purposeful. You are the reason I am here, and so do all your teachers. You should see their faces light up and hear how much joy you bring to us. I want to leave you with this picture. Okay? Think of PBS as an apple, and when we cut it in half, what do you see? In the center is a star. You see, you students are the star. You are the soul. You matter, so try your very best to make those good choices. Thank you for listening.